Use one right now. One thing that we kind of touched on a little bit earlier, James, maybe the pregame show, it's going to be a lot different this year with what's going on and how they're traveling. You're going to see a lot of back-to-backs against the same team. It's very similar to what you see in the playoffs, where you play a team every couple of days, every 3 days. So the preparation is a lot like the playoffs, where you can see different adjustments from game 1 to 2.
Yeah. Sometimes, teams don't have enough time to really make adjustments, so you will see a lot of the same things. So if you're ready and prepared for that, you should be able to take advantage of that. And I think, that's going to be a key this year. It's not like the bubble, but seeing teams that quick back-to-back, staying in towns for a number of days, it's going to require you to keep your antennas up. Because San Antonio came ready to play tonight. They got some big buckets, but the Lakers, defense came in the fourth quarter and they closed it out.
So many times, Rob, if you're playing a team on a Tuesday in February, you're just rolling out how you roll it out. Sure, you have a game plan, you scout them, but if you're playing them on a Tuesday and a Thursday or Tuesday, Wednesday, now you can strategize, you can watch film, you can come up with a different plan.
Yeah, okay, because we all have plans that don't work sometimes. So in the game of basketball, you might come out with a plan and say, okay, it worked for this team, it worked for that team, but it might not work for you because you got the same personnel. Now you can adjust because you never know. The best thing about this is it's sort of like a little playoff preview. Now, I'm not saying San Antonio's going to make it to the playoffs, but it's like prepping for the playoffs. Yes. You got this team now, you can adjust. And it's the other thing I like about it. It says to the team, let's see how well you can adjust on the fly.
That's what I like about it.
What can you do? This is a sign of a championship team. If I don't have to just go to a court and draw some up, if you can just go to a meeting and sit here and I tell you, hey, we need to do A, B, C, and D, if you can go out onto the court and execute, that's a plus.
You know who's in that scouting report?
Who's that?
Because they play him in a couple days. Again, back at Staples, Keldon Johnson.
Oh, yeah. He is now.
You know who he plays for, right?
He wasn't before. He is now.
All right.
Who he play for?
Let's hear from Frank Vogel. He's speaking with the media on Zoom.
Hey, Frank, so it gets into one of those half-court, possession-by-possession games. You guys have certainly been in a lot of those with LeBron and AD. What is most important in those situations?
Well, we have to make sure we work for shot quality and not settle, which I thought we did a little too much tonight. But we got to the paint enough when we needed to and made enough big shots. And I think Kuz's tip-in was a really big play, following up a shot, again, an effort play. And then defensively, you got to guard them without coming to the free throw line. And aside from a couple of and ones that they got, I thought we did a decent enough job making things difficult for them without putting to the line.
When you have LeBron and AD as the base, how different is it when you can't go to KCP or Caruso, and in this case it's Shooter and Matthews? How much different does that make things for you, and do you have to coach any differently with the different players on the floor?
Yeah, well, everybody has different skill sets, brings different things to the table, but I thought those guys really competed defensively, Dennis and Wes in particular. Especially that one possession that Dennis had, I think, on DeRozan. Just playing one-on-one and competing. Those guys are good two-way players. Dennis hit a big three in the fourth there. West didn't score, but really impacted the game with his energy and our defense. We're struggling to find the proper energy to win a basketball game tonight. And I thought guys like West and Kuz, Talon coming in and filling in for KCP when he went down, really gave us a lift from an energy standpoint.
Dave?
Frank, when you guys were able to break things open with that late run, do you think that was just wearing them down or find the right opportunities? What do you think led to the run you guys went on late?
Yeah, we just stayed with it. I think we just persisted through our struggles, and that's going to happen from time to time. If you throw out a long regular season, 72-game regular season, you're going to have some wins that are a little uglier than others. And we knew coming in to this season with the nature of the offseason and whatnot that there was going to be some ugly nights. And the key is, can you find a way to win? When you're not at your best. And we were able to do that tonight. So, proud of that type of, effort or perseverance through a tough night down the stretch to make enough plays to get the W.
Bill?
Frank, KCP has been kind of an Iron Man for you guys, really the last several years. When he entered into something like this, he said that he felt like he was hopefully be able to play on Sunday. How much do you take into consideration the circumstances of this season when determining whether or not you want a player playing through, an injury that, is relatively mild.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we didn't have a normal offseason or normal preseason. So, I think we factor those things into the decision. But ultimately, something like that just comes down to the medical team. More than anything, us as coaches are going to make a decision on if they say he's good to go, be in there. And if they feel like he should, sit out another game or two or whatever it takes, we'll follow that.
Game late, and then it becomes that half-court possession by possession game. You and LeBron end up carrying the team to the win. What's the most key in those situations?
Getting the shot at the rim. Me and Bron pick and roll is very effective. Put the defense in the bind, and he's a great passer where he can make the read to me, shoot the ball, or hit a guy on the weak side. Me and Dennis got it going early as well too. So late game, we want to get in pick and roll and find out how we can exploit the defense, make them be in rotations that they don't like, and make shots.
Man, you had your guard skills working tonight on the perimeter, crossovers, pull-ups, fading threes. How much fun do you have with that part of your game when you can also go inside when you need to?
It was very fun. Coach wanted me to be a little bit more active on the perimeter, and especially with I'm in a game with Trez or Mark, and that's what I try to do. I just try to go out there and just play basketball and do everything that I can do within the system, and go out there and make plays for myself or others.
All right, last thing for you. It was 2 consecutive games against the same team. That's got to be a little tricky. Now you go do the same thing against Memphis. What did you learn in this context in this unique season?
You're never going to, we got a convincing win the other night, and we know that, just like a playoff series, you're not going to come in and easily win on the second night. And so this team came out very hot. We let them get very comfortable. Our defense was non-existent in the first half. A little bit better in the second quarter, but for the most part in the first half, it was bad. And I think they shot 38% from three. Obviously, the late game threes trying to get back kind of dropped the percentage, but they shot well from the three, and we can't allow teams to just be comfortable at the three-point line. But we did enough to get the win. Like I said, we're still learning each other. We're still trying to figure everything out. And it's always good when you can do that while getting the win.
All right, AD, appreciate the time, man.
The California Honda dealers. Happy New Year's, everyone. We appreciate you being here with us. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Robert Ory. We got Trudell down the hall. We got Brez working at home. Allie is off this evening. The Lakers sweep the 2-game set in San Antonio. They start off 2021, Rob, with a win. I'll just give you one stat that matters. LeBron and AD combined for 60. We know what happens when they do that.
They win.
They win the game.
Yes, they
that
do.
They did.
But the thing about this is, it was a complete game. The first half, Kuz was hot. Schroeder was doing his thing. And that's the thing about this team. Like, they can take over in the first half with other people, but we know who's going to get the rock down the stretch. As you see, LeBron took over down the stretch. AD was crashing the board down the stretch. And that's the sign of a team, a complete team. They're still working out some kinks, but they're getting to be a complete team. There was a struggle win here tonight, but I'm still happy with the win.
Yeah, it's not easy to beat a team twice in a row. San Antonio, obviously, we're going to come back with some adjustments. They did a good job of finding their shots. They got some good shots, and then their bench was critical tonight. But I thought the Lakers